Hello, this is History Shorts with the Artifactual Scholar. Today, I'll be talking about Abraham Lincoln's 1848 visit to Massachusetts. The presidential election of 1848 was a contentious affair. The U.S. had just gained a vast territory at the end of the Mexican War and now was left with the question of what to do with the new land. Foremost in importance was the question of whether slavery should be allowed to expand into the Mexican cession. The issue of slavery dominated the political conversation in 1848. Accordingly, the political parties each represented differing opinions on the topic. The Democrats supported the idea of popular sovereignty, allowing the territories to decide whether or not slavery should be legal. The Whig Party did not address the slavery issue in their party platform, and the Free Soil Party, a recently formed third party, was against the spread of slavery. In September 1848, a relatively unknown congressman from Illinois arrived in Massachusetts to campaign for the Whig Party candidate for president, Zachary Taylor. Though Abraham Lincoln was against the spread of slavery, he supported Taylor's candidacy for purely pragmatic reasons. He feared that the Free Soil Party would win enough votes to undermine the Whigs and propel the pro-slavery Democrats to victory. So when Lincoln stepped off the train in Worcester on September 11, 1848, he hoped to convince Massachusetts Whigs not to abandon their party's candidate. On September 13, Lincoln addressed the state Whig convention gathered in Worcester's City Hall. His speech was praised by those in attendance. Then, Lincoln began a whirlwind 10-day tour of eastern Massachusetts. From Worcester, Lincoln headed to New Bedford, changing trains in Providence, Rhode Island, and Mansfield, Massachusetts. From New Bedford, he headed north, again changing trains in Mansfield and continuing on to Boston. Between the 15th and 22nd of September, Lincoln gave campaign speeches in Boston, Lowell, Chelsea, Dorchester, Cambridge, Dedham, and Taunton. The culmination of this tour took place on September 22nd at a Whig rally at the Tremont Temple in Boston. Here, Lincoln was one of several speakers stumping for Taylor and the Whigs. The most distinguished speaker that evening was William Seward, the former governor of New York and an avowed abolitionist, who railed against slavery in his address. By his own admission, Lincoln was struck by the force and passion of Seward's speech and began to realize that slavery would soon become the main issue in American political discourse. The following day, September 23rd, Lincoln began the long journey home to Illinois. Yet his brief 13-day visit to Massachusetts had a lasting impact on him. Over the next decade, Lincoln's abolitionist sentiment, influenced by what he had seen and heard in Massachusetts, deepened. Lincoln's changed perspective on slavery was certainly clear by the time he campaigned against Stephen Douglas for the U.S. Senate seat from Illinois in 1858. In 1860, Lincoln defeated Seward for the Republican Party presidential nomination. After Lincoln's election as president, Seward was appointed Secretary of State. In 1863, while the nation was torn by civil war, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, beginning the process of ending slavery in the U.S. and completing the transformation that had begun during 2 weeks in Massachusetts in 1848. This has been History Shorts. Thanks for watching.